Hey there, YouTube. This is LHR Venom 31 bringing you a Yu-Gi-Oh! Spellcaster Deck profile for the end of March 2014. This deck I am currently trying to use at the locals, so if anyone has any questions or comments about this deck or rarities, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you, and let's get started with this deck. First, I'm going to give a couple shout outs to Kira Twig 2. He is a very good friend of mine, and he has inspired me to do deck profiles and videos. Alright, in this deck I run 3 Dark Magicians. It's very good offense, and yes, he's rare, he's ultra rare, and he's super rare. Alright, that's 3 Dark Magicians that I run. Next I run 1 Neo Aquamador. He is for defense purposes. Next I run 3 Skill Dark Magician. What this card does, he gains 3 spell counters for each spell card activated. Remove 3 spell counters from this card, and you special summon 1 Dark Magician from your hand or deck. Next, I run 1 Genus for defense purposes. I don't have any other light swarms. Next, I run 2 Royal Magical Library. What this card does is when you have 3 spell counters on this card, by spell card activation, you remove 3 spell counters and you draw 1 card from your deck. Next, I run 1 Time Wizard. His effect is when you toss a coin, you call it right, your opponent's monsters gets destroyed. Call it wrong, you lose your monsters, and half of their attack points go to your life points as damage. Next, I run 1 Familiar Possessed Hita for attack purposes. Next, I run 1 Doom Shaman, Ulti. That's for you, Kira Twig. Ulti. His effect is when you tribute summon him to the field. His effect is when you can normal summon him while he's on the field. He's a spellcaster / Gemini monster. Next, I run 1 Mahavelo. Her effect is when you equip a magic card to this card, you gain 500 extra attack. Next, I run 1 Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. What this card does is when you inflict battle damage to your opponent, you get to draw 2 cards. Oh no, actually you don't draw 2 cards, you remove them from play, from your opponent's graveyard. Next, I'll run 1 Magical Exemplar. What she does is when you activate a spell card, her effect is you can put spell counters on her and remove any number of spell counters you have on this card, and you can special summon 1 spellcaster from your hand or deck. Next, I run 1 Tricky. What his effect is when you discard 1 card, you special summon into the field. Next, I run 1 Dark Magician Girl. What her effect is whenever there is a Dark Magician or Magician of Black Chaos in your graveyard, she gains 300 extra attack. Next, I run 1 Eradicator Warlock. His effect is when a spell card is activated, you lose 1,000 life points to either player that activates 1 spell card. Next, I run one Dark Sage. This card can be special summoned by the effect of Time Wizard to a Dark Magician. Tribute Dark Magician with the effect of Time Wizard, and you get to special summon this card to from your hand. And what his effect is, you can get one spell card from your deck and add it to your hand, and then shuffle the deck. Next, you have one Buster Blader. I run one Buster Blader. His effect is whenever there's dragon type monsters on your opponent's side of the field or graveyard, he gains 500 attack. Next, I run one Sorcerer of Dark Magic. This card, he is very good in this deck, and you get to tribute summon two level 6 or higher spellcasters from your field to the graveyard. And his effect is whenever trap cards are activated, you can activate his effect to negate them and destroy that trap card. That's it for monsters. Now for spells. I run one Mage Power. This card, you equip it to a monster, and whatever you have on your field, like if you have 4 cards on your side of the field, that card will gain 500 attack and defense for each spell card or trap card you have in your zones. Next, I run one Yami for field purposes to boost up my spellcasters. I run one rank up one rank up Barbarian Magic Barbarian's Force. Then I run two copies of Dark Magic Attack. Whenever there's a Dark Magician on your side of the field, activate this card to destroy your opponent's spell and trap cards. Run one Polymerization, one Emblem of Dragon Destroyer, one Sword of Dark Destruction. For staples, I run one Swords of Veiling Lamp. In question, what this card does, you ask your opponent what is on the bottom of your graveyard. If they call it right, the monster stays in your graveyard. Call it wrong, you special summon that monster. Now for traps. I run one Dragon Captures Jar. What this card does is when you activate this card, all dragon type monsters on your opponent's side of the field goes into defense position. One drop off, whatever card they drew goes to the graveyard. One Spellbinding Circle. Activate this card and they cannot attack with that monster. One Trap Hole. One Dust Tornado. One Wabaku. One Jar of Greed for extra draw. And one Birthright. What Birthright does, it's like a monster reborn from normal monsters. So, yeah. It's like a monster reborn from normal monsters, and they go into face-up attack position. For extra deck, I run one Dark Paladin. What this card does, you discard one card to negate an activation of a spell card, and he gains 500 attack and defense for any dragon type monsters in your or your opponent's graveyard. And for XE, I run one CXE's Simon the Great Morale Leader, which I don't have the other card for Xyz material, so it'll gain that effect. But I use it for a rank 7 beat stick. That's it for the deck profile. I hope you like and subscribe. This is LHR Venom 31 signing out.